Welcome back. Now let's lighten things up this Sunday night. And despite the technological advances of AI and technology, women across the country continue to show interest in artisanry and craftsmanship. Makori Mosiuoa has advocated for the importance of protecting handmade industries and the ability to preserve culture. She is the founder of Nahla Sleepwear, which she says was inspired by her mother. She joins me now to talk about her journey as an entrepreneur. Good evening to you. Thank you very much for joining us here on Newsnight.
Good evening, Abigail. Thank you for having me.
My absolute pleasure. So let's talk about your journey as an entrepreneur and where the idea of starting a sleepwear line came about.
So the idea of starting a sleepwear line is basically started or was birthed from a love for sleepwear passed on by my mother, and also is very inspired by the Basotho culture and Basotho women. So along the way, I decided why not mesh my culture with sleepwear, which is something, that is so important to me.
Yeah.
And,
So what goes into designing these pieces? For me personally, it's one of my little luxuries. When I go home, I take a shower and I jump into a comfy pair of PJs. It's what I love to do to end my day. Let's just talk about, what goes into creating these sort of garments that will make a woman feel comfortable at the end of her very busy day.
I feel like sleepwear done right is our sanctuary as women. We spend so much time in our sleepwear. We self-care in our sleepwear. It's the first thing that we look forward to after a hard day. So for me, I always start with thinking about what will put a smile on a woman's face, comfort, and just really making something beautiful and of great quality. So it always starts organically from that.
Yeah, and talking about quality, often we see mass-produced pajamas and sleepwear, but let's talk about the importance of creating these items handmade and the quality and the time and the effort that goes into creating these pieces.
For me, the journey always starts with a fabric. I always try and find the best fabric that I can find, and something that, because you want women that buy from you or that, that love your product to be able to keep them for a very long time. So it's always fabric for me. And then it's always, I think the overall experience of when you receive it, how do you feel, right? Do you feel loved? Do you feel, because one of our things is that it's a love language.
Yeah.
So it's a love language that you speak to yourself and you speak to others.
100%.
So it's always, I try to pay a lot of attention to those details, that make the overall experience special.
100%. So we've got two stunning models wearing your beautiful sleepwear in studio tonight. The ladies are absolutely beautiful. Let's start with the orange piece.
Yes.
Just talk to us about, what this means to you and how you came up with this design. It looks lovely on the skin.
It does. And it feels amazing. I'm sure she can also say it feels amazing. So most of the sleepwear is actually named after the women in my life.
Okay.
So that is the Palesa in orange, which is, we've designed it especially that color for the HMC Fair. So it will be exclusively available for the fair. And what I love about that orange set is the softness of, it feels very luxurious. It's, you feel loved when you're in it.
And I love the fine detail. It's not too out there. The colors are beautiful orange, but the detail on the sleeve and down the center is a nice touch as well.
As I said, Abigail, the shweshwe, we pipe with our shweshwe, which is very important when I thought about it, is that I always wanted women to have a piece of home with them, wherever they were in the world, even when you feel down, I wanted you to have a piece of home. And I felt like the shweshwe really gave it that.
No, it definitely does. Let's move on to the second item. This is looks like a three-piece. I love the white. It's absolutely stunning. Talk us through this design.
So this is our premium Tsetsana set, which is named after my youngest niece. It's playful, and it's very luxurious. It's really premium. We use premium cotton for that. It's almost hotel collection-like.
Yes.
And, it's a nice piece.
No, it's stunning.
It's a nice piece.
It's stunning. So the gown is separate.
Separate.
We have a lot of male viewers here on ENCA, and I think it's important to remind them that this is, something that you could gift your wife, you could gift your girlfriend or your fiance. Women absolutely love PJ, so it makes for the perfect gift, right?
Absolutely, Abigail. I mean, we have, men that will call me. I remember I had a man that called me once and said, I really want to get this for my wife.
Yes.
Where can I get it? And a lot of them do, call us, do email us, do purchase for their wives
Yes.
and girlfriends. So that's,
Yeah, so we're giving out free tips tonight.
we're giving out free tips tonight for
So let's
sure.
talk about this fair that's happening. It will be a fair that's showcasing female entrepreneurs. We are coming towards the end of Women's Month. I thought it important to end off with a woman who's dynamic and who's going for her goals and dreams and ambitions. But let's just talk about the importance of having platforms like this that showcase women in business.
I'm absolutely excited to be a part of the HMC Fair. I mean, I've always wanted to, to be a part of the fair. And I love the fact that they are shining the spotlight on African makers and creatives. There's so much talent in Africa and, all we need is a platform. And I love that they are really involved. I mean, look at me. They've, really arranged and gone above and beyond for me. So I really love that, and I'm super, super excited to be a part of it.
Yesterday, I was chatting to this woman who is the founder of Fashion Week Studio, and she's taking designers from Africa over to Paris and Milan. And we were having this conversation about how South African and African designs are becoming luxury and how we're seeing those designs and fashion houses evolve. Let's talk about the importance of support and platforms that showcase our African luxury.
It's very, very important because there's so much creativity and so much talent in Africa. They just need to be nurtured. I think all of us just need to be nurtured and to have the platforms to showcase, our products. So super, super important, I think, yeah.
So let's talk about this fair. Your garments will be on show there and also available for purchase. When is it happening? Where is it happening? And how do people attend?
It's happening at the Melrose Arc. It's going to be from the 1st to the 3rd of September. We can purchase the tickets. For the viewers, you can purchase your tickets on web tickets. They are already available online.
Yeah. And what sort of, you'll be showcasing, but what are some of the women that will be showcasing? Are you aware of what they bring to the table?
Quite a bit, right? Quite a bit. Lots of creative women that, I remember seeing an architect that's now doing creative sculptures and stuff. So I'm very interested and quite excited to see, other women.
No, it's going to be a beautiful platform. In conclusion, I just wanted to chat about maybe the challenges that you experience as a woman in business and entrepreneurship. How would you like to be supported? What are some of the loopholes that you personally have experienced that you would advise a younger entrepreneur coming up to avoid?
I think the biggest challenge for most creators is always funding, right? I go through it. If we could just have platforms that, that help us to shine the spotlight on that, that would be really nice. But also, I think one of the things that I personally live by is, we have to, as a person, you have to be, especially if you're going to go into business, to be comfortable with failure. Fail quickly, fail forward.
Yeah.
Because that's where you learn the most. In terms of skills, go after something that you really, really love and you're passionate about, because it's not always going to be easy. And that passion will
carry you
through.
Understood. Thank you very much, Makori, for your time.
Thank you, Abigail, for having
and for sharing your beautiful work with us this evening. You've really brightened up the studio, so I appreciate your time.
Thank you, Abigail, for having me.
Pleasure.
Thank you.
Well, that was Makori Mosiuoa, the founder of Nahla Sleepwear. She's going to be showcasing at this fair a little bit later this month into September. So if you have time, go to the social media platforms and check them out. And if you are buying that special lady in your life a gift or preparing to do so, why not? She's the perfect person to contact. But we are going to